For years, I've explored the incredible machine that is the human body. Fasting, exercising, even swallowing a tiny camera, all in the name of science. My focus has often been on the physical, what we eat, how we move, and the biology that keeps us alive. But there's a more mysterious side, the connection between mind and body. Can our thoughts and beliefs truly influence our physical well-being? Can we, in a sense, think ourselves healthier? This idea isn't new. For centuries, people have claimed a calm mind leads to a healthy body. Today, we have tools to investigate heart rate variability, sleep trackers, stress hormone measurements. With this data, we can move beyond belief and conduct real experiments on ourselves. So, I embarked on a 7-day experiment living like a health-focused AI, using my mind as the main tool for change. Each day, I'd adopt a new mental habit, affirmations, meditation, while tracking the effects on my body. Could these soft practices produce real, measurable changes? This was my personal N-of-1 trial into the power of the mind. I'll share the techniques, the data, and the surprising shifts in perspective I experienced. Let's begin this exploration into the science of self-belief and the potential for a mental reset. Before any experiment, you need a baseline, a clear before picture. On day 0, I focused on collecting honest data about my normal state. I wore my fitness tracker, sticking to my usual routines. My key metrics: sleep, 6 hours 45 minutes with 1 hour 10 minutes deep sleep, resting heart rate, 58 BPM, and heart rate variability, HRV, at 42 ms. I also rated my mood and stress on a 1-10 scale 3 times a day. My average mood, 7/10, stress, 6/10, reflecting the low-grade pressure of modern life. Physically, I was doing okay, but my stress metrics suggested my nervous system was working harder than it needed to. My sleep could be deeper and longer. This baseline wasn't just numbers, it was my official starting line. Now the experiment had structure and clear targets for improvement. The stage was set. I was ready to see if mind-focused habits could shift these numbers. The real test was about to begin. Day 1 began with affirmations, speaking positive statements about my health, morning and night. As a scientist, I was skeptical. Could saying my body is strong and healing really matter? Still, I followed the protocol. I am calm and resilient. Every cell in my body is working towards perfect health. The idea is rooted in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself through repeated thought patterns. Whenever stress flickered, I'd repeat an affirmation, using it as a mental reset. It didn't work like magic, but I noticed a subtle shift. Starting the day with intention set a calmer tone. In the evening, affirmations felt like a gentle closing ceremony, helping me let go of stress. At day's end, my biometrics were unchanged, but my self-reported stress dropped to 4/10. The biggest difference was in my awareness. I was more conscious of my thoughts and their effects. Skepticism remained, but curiosity grew. Even a small, subjective change was a start. The experiment was underway, and I was eager to see what would happen next. Could words alone nudge my body toward health? I was about to find out. Day 2 added mindfulness meditation, 10 minutes each morning, focusing on my breath. The goal wasn't to empty my mind, but to observe thoughts without judgment and gently return to breathing. My mind wandered constantly, but I kept returning to the breath. This practice is backed by science. Regular meditation can lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and even change brain structure. By training my attention, I was teaching my nervous system to be less reactive to stress. By day's end, I felt noticeably calmer and more centered. My HRV jumped from 42 to 48 EMs, a tangible sign my body was shifting into a more restful state. My stress score dropped to 3/10. The stillness was already making a measurable difference. Meditation, it seemed, was a powerful tool for mind-body health. I was eager to see how these effects would build. On day 3, I added a gratitude pause before each meal, 30 seconds to appreciate the food and its journey to my plate. Instead of eating distractedly, I noticed the colors, textures, and flavors more vividly. This simple act grounded me in the present and made meals more satisfying. Gratitude is proven to boost happiness, improve relationships, and even enhance sleep. In the context of eating, it can also improve digestion by shifting the body into a rest and digest state. Throughout the day, each gratitude pause slowed me down and broke the cycle of rushed, mindless eating. I ate more slowly, chewed more thoroughly, and felt more content after meals. My HRV held steady at 48, and my stress remained low. The most significant change was a lingering sense of contentment. Gratitude, I realized, was a small act with big effects. It transformed eating into a mindful, restorative ritual. The experiment was building momentum. Each new habit was layering onto the last. I was starting to feel the cumulative power of these simple practices. Day 4's focus was intentional movement. 3 10-minute mindful walks, paying full attention to the sensations of moving. No phone, no distractions. Just noticing my feet on the ground, my breath, the air, the sounds around me. This was movement as meditation, not exercise for its own sake. Science shows that mindful movement strengthens the mind-body connection and reduces stress hormones. Each walk felt like a reset for my nervous system, breaking up long periods of sitting and clearing mental fog. That night, my sleep improved. I fell asleep faster, and my deep sleep increased by 20 minutes. My HRV nudged up to 51. Moving with intention had prepared my body for deeper rest. The benefits were both physical and mental. These walks became a highlight of my day. I realized how much I'd been missing by rushing through life on autopilot. Mindful movement was a simple, powerful way to reconnect with my body. The experiment was paying off in measurable ways. I was eager to keep going. What else could these small changes unlock? By day 5, my routine was full affirmations, meditation, gratitude, and mindful walks. This was the real test. Could I keep it up when life got busy? An urgent email arrived just as I was about to walk. My old self would have skipped it, but I stuck to the protocol, reminding myself of my commitment. This internal battle was revealing. We're so used to reacting to external demands that prioritizing calm feels indulgent. Yet, science shows that taking breaks actually boosts effectiveness. Pushing through resistance and sticking to the routine felt like a victory. I completed all my tasks for the day, and the sense of accomplishment was profound. My biometrics remained stable and positive. The key lesson: true change is built on small, consistent actions, not grand gestures. Persistence was the real challenge and the real reward. The experiment was as much about willpower as it was about technique. I was learning to keep promises to myself. The benefits were compounding. Consistency, I realized, was the secret ingredient. The final 2 days were about consolidation. No new habits, just maintaining the full routine and observing the effects. The awkwardness of affirmations faded. Meditation became a welcome island of calm. Gratitude and mindful walks felt natural, grounding my days. The cumulative effect was striking: a sustained sense of calm, lower reactivity to stress, and clearer energy. My HRV climbed to 55 ms, resting heart rate dipped to 56 BPM, and sleep averaged 7.5 hours with deep sleep over 1 hour 40 minutes. Mood was a steady 9/10, stress just 2/10. The data told a clear story: simple, mind-focused techniques had measurably improved my health. I'd slept more deeply, my nervous system was calmer, and my well-being soared. This was no longer belief, it was evidence. A structured, intentional approach to my mind had changed my body. My 7-day experiment as a health-focused AI is over, but its effects remain. I started with a question: can we think ourselves healthy? My experience says yes. At least we can use our minds to create an environment more conducive to healing and resilience. The changes in my biometrics were real and measurable, but the biggest shift was in my mindset. Small, consistent actions, affirmations, meditation, gratitude, mindful movement, combined to create a powerful effect. I learned we have more agency over our internal state than we think. We don't have to be passive victims of stress. We can actively cultivate calm and presence. The data satisfied my inner scientist. The experience satisfied my soul. Science and self-belief aren't opposites, they're partners. I encourage you to try your own 7-day mind-body reset. Start small: a gratitude pause, a mindful walk, a daily mood check. Become a curious scientist of your own experience. You might be surprised by what you discover. Your body is listening to your thoughts, so give it something good to hear.